Hello, it's Doris with Aldi Books, coming to you live from Hyatt Regency Shenzhen Airport. So I don't have much to tell you on the reading front. I mean, actually I do. It just depends on how you look at it. I've only finished one book and I can't talk about that one because it's a BookTube prize book. And since I haven't told you which book it is, or really even which group I'm in, I'm gonna tell you that this book was freaking brilliant, unexpectedly so, and I have high hopes that it will be in the top 6. Yeah. Can you hear the airplanes? Maybe you can. Check out my vlog because it's mid-month book bash time, which I have updates on that, but I've started a vlog and you can see my like absolutely delightful window seat overlooking the bay and the airport. I can watch planes taking off and boats in the harbor. I mean, it's just so fabulous. So yes, check it out. I have all my toys here. I'll show you. But we're on the way to Taiwan, by the way. We're leaving at 10:30 in the morning. That's why we're at the airport. Anyway, so I am also reading Master, Slave, Husband, Wife, An Epic Journey from Slavery to Freedom by Il-Yan Wu. I'm reading this with Heidi from My Reading Life and Karen from Run Right Reads and Patrice from 2 minutes on books, I think. But anyway, she's new. I mean, she's not new. Y'all know Patrice, but she's got a channel now and it's quite brilliant. All of her videos are within the 2-minute range. I love it. So I will link all of them below in case you are not familiar, but we're reading this together and oh my goodness. This one is also in the BookTube prize judging this year, 2024, and I hadn't heard about it until Patrice put it up for our buddy read, and wow, am I glad she did. This book is also brilliant. It is so engrossing, like an absolute page turner. Reads like fiction, but it is non-fiction, and I also expect it to be in the last round, the last 6, along with The Wager. I mean, if you haven't read The Wager, I'm not reading this for judging currently, so I can talk about it. This is a woman, slaves, like right before the Civil War, like in the 40s, 1840s, but she's a slave, but like white passing, and her husband is big man. She's a tiny woman, big man, and also slave. And they come up with this plan for her to dress up as a Southern gentleman and him be her slave, which was a common practice at the time for a slave and a young white boy to be brought up together as almost siblings, or at least playmates, and then him become the slave of that young gentleman, and they have a tight bond. So they played into that narrative, and wow, is this book like edge of your seats. Somebody said it was a nail biter. Yeah, the Wall Street Journal said it's a genuine nail biter, and by golly, it is. The New York Times says it's suspenseful. Who could that be? Well, I don't know what that was all about, but I got a red envelope. How cute. If you guys don't know about red envelopes, I'll save this for my vlog. Watch the vlog. I gotta get back to all the book talk. So anyway, this is fabulous. The Wager, the pirate it's not pirates, but you know, drama on the high seas, also in the 1800s, I think. But like 3 books that I have read or am reading that I think are going to be in the top 6. I'm already predicting it. So yes, I'm also reading The Heaven and Earth Grocery Store by James McBride. Also, in the BookTube prize, but in the fiction category, which I'm not judging. And this is so good. So this is, if you haven't read James McBride, pick him up. This is my second by him. I've read The Color of Water, which is nonfiction about his mother. Brilliant. And this is just so delightful thus far. But it's set in, I think, the 1940s. And it's in a predominantly Black community that had a Jewish influence initially, and most of the Jews have left. But this one family has stayed behind, and they run a grocery store and also like a dance hall. And it's just really charming thus far. I know it's going to take a serious bent, but the main characters are just delightful. Yeah. Stay tuned. I'm also supposed to read Deacon King Kong by James McBride. Very soon. I'm reading that one with Joe Smith. I'm into the buddy reads again. It's quite fun. So also on the buddy read market, we have The Fellowship of the Rings by J.R.R. Tolkien. I'm reading this with Heidi and Kim from Middle of the Book March, and I do love Tolkien. I do. Awkward angle, but you know, I'm on my knees down here. So anyway, Fellowship of the Rings. I don't even know how many times I have read these books, but every time is a delight. And I'm already planning the next time because I'm reading this with my eyeballs, but Heidi and Kim are listening to the audiobook, and apparently it's fabulous. So I'm gonna read that again in a couple years via audiobook. And oh, there's Deacon King Kong. And that's it at the moment. Oh, no, that's not it. So I gotta check in. I just finished chapter 7 of The Fellowship of the Rings. I need to check in, and then I'm gonna get some pages read in one of these, or even this one, because I have check-ins in 4 books I need to get to. So Sarah MacLean's Knockout. This is a Regency romance, but it's one of those that is not believable. So you've got a group of 4 women who kind of have formed this band, Hell's Bells, and they sniff out evil doings in the Regency era and take it upon themselves to investigate, and then turn it over to Scotland Yards to deal with. And the detective at Scotland Yards is our leading man in this one, and he has he's protecting her at the moment, but there's chemistry. There's a lot of chemistry. So they're going to get together soon. This is a lady and Earl's sister, and you know that's not believable, but I believe it's going to happen. And then not buddy reads, but I am reading Black Faces, White Spaces by Carolyn Finney, reimagining the relationship of African Americans to the great outdoors. So this one is our book naturalist pick. The introduction was great. I loved it. Chapter 1 was quite sluggish. I'm not gonna lie. It's written very, I'm working on my doctorate thesis type thing, which, you know, is fine, but I'm saying it's very academic. And she's talking about her methodology and, you know, the 3 things she hopes to accomplish. And you know, I see where she's coming from, but I think she could have summarized it more quickly and gotten into the meat of the story, which will again get her points across. So I'm not convinced that chapter was entirely necessary the way she wrote it, but I have high hopes that the subsequent chapters will be much better. And then I have another BookTube prize book on the go, but I don't want to talk about that because, you know, we can't talk about it. So I'm just not. And then I got my toys. I got my toys with me. So the only journaling item I brought was my work journal, and I know I'm not on work. I'm on Chinese New Year break, y'all. This is stellar. Being a teacher, I have always loved the fact that I get to New Year's because August is a new year for teachers. I mean, in the zones that I teach in. And then, you know, January 1st is a new year. But now that I live in China, I get a third new year. And it's just, I like a fresh start. I do. So this is Chinese New Year Eve right now tonight. And then, you know, hello, New Year tomorrow. So I brought this just to take notes so that I could fill in my Take a Note planner, which is a Taiwanese planner system. This is Hobonichi, which is from Japan. And, you know, did I tell you I'm going to Taiwan? Anyway, so I'm taking notes on my page numbers so that I can fill in the little mid-month book bash data when I get home. Oh, let me tell you about mid-month book bash while we're on the subject with that segue. So I'm quite delighted. I am going to post this before I post this video, but I am getting back into the mid-month book bash bingo cards on Instagram. So if you don't follow me on Instagram, I'm Doris Sander over there, and if you check out my stories, you should be able to find the mid-month book bash bingo card. And now mid-month book bash, this is like the third year, I think, but it's the second weekend of every month, and we always make it a long weekend. So Friday through Monday, or, you know, if you want to make it longer, you do you. We are fine with cheating over here. So this month it is February 9th through 12th, and just try to read a little extra during this extended weekend. And check me out on Instagram, Doris Sander, and pick up your little bingo card to play along if you would like to over there. I have, what other toys? I have my Pilot Juice Coffee Brown 0.38 nib for your journal. And I have my, you know, what do y'all call these? AirPods? I think so. And I have my cross stitch. One of my dailies, my 2 daily things, if you watch my Take a Note planner or my goals video, I'm doing each month 2 things I'm trying to do daily. So last month was, I've already forgotten. But this month I was successful though. That's the important thing. This month is reading and cross-stitching, and I have read every day, but I missed cross-stitching on the first day of February just because I hadn't decided what I wanted to do daily yet, so that's on me. But anyway, I'm gonna go open my red envelope for the vlog, cute, and post my Instagram stories so that you'll see that, and check the box below for especially Patrice, because she's new channel. And thank you so much for watching, and I'll be back soon, like tomorrow, because it's mid-month book bash and I'm vlogging. Bye. I need to add a little addendum to those of you who are still here. You are obviously free to interpret these prompts any way you see fit, whether they be reading or just fun times. an Instagram photo, treat yourself, whatever you would like. It's your game. You play it however you see fit. I started out with a Valentine's theme, and then I was like, no, girl, do Year of the Dragon. And then something happened, and I went on a Taylor Swift bender. But you know what? I ain't mad about it.